freaking Facebook, man, right? Freaking Facebook. I'm putting like Facebook cut me off. Head on over to my new live video at the top of the group to continue the talk. Freaking Facebook wants to cut me off all the time, right? So hopefully you guys are going to find me here. Say hi when you're back. Let me know. Facebook is like doing this weird thing lately where with lives, it's just cutting off the live. Like, whatever. We just keep rolling. We just keep rolling, right? So for people who are hopping on, who don't know what I'm talking about, there's a part 1 right down. We had just started getting into it. But the whole point of this is I'm telling people what I didn't do and what I did do that was different, that allowed me to go from 0 to 5K, and then 5 to 10K, and then 10 to 20K, and where I'm at now, right? And what we were talking about is how people say they're so busy, their days are so full, but they don't have the clients and the cash that they want. I asked them to turn over their to-do list to me, asked a client to turn over her to-do list to me, who said, I need to know, what were you doing? And I looked at her list and I said, I wasn't doing any of this. And I just said what I didn't do. And I'll recap it as people hop on. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming back. Freaking Facebook, man. So I didn't have a website. I didn't know who my ideal client was. I didn't have a logo. I didn't have business cards. I didn't stress over a business name. I had no Facebook ads. I had no social media sites. I did not have a brochure. I had no email sequence. I had no newsletter. I did have a newsletter list, right? And the reason why was because none of that stuff gets you paid, right? None of it gets you paid. And what I was saying is, as Beth said, a profit is what differentiates a business from a hobby legally, like illegally. Eventually, I think it's like 3 years. I'm not an accountant. Please don't take this as financial advice. I think it's after 3 years, you have to be generating a profit or you're no longer a business. You're deemed a hobby, right? That's it. Like, you're a hobby. And so time is not on your side at the beginning of a business. So at the beginning, when you're really trying to get to that profit level so you can stay a business, right, you need to be working on the kinds of activities that get you paid. You just can't afford to spend your time on things that don't get you paid, right? And so a website doesn't get you paid. People will fight that. We will fight that later. We will fight that later in this conversation. None of those things I mentioned get you paid. So that's not a way you want to spend your time at the 0 to 5K mark, okay? So again, things I did not do to go from 0 to 5K: did not have a website, did not know who my ideal client was, did not have a logo, did not have business cards, did not have a brochure, had no social media sites, had no ads, did not stress over my my business name, had no newsletter, had no email sequence, because those things don't get you paid, right? And you have to eventually generate a profit to be deemed a business, right? Like, or you are written off as a hobby. And so time is not on your side at the beginning, right? Time is not on your side at the beginning, guys. So what you do need to know at the beginning, okay, what you do need to know at the beginning of your business, okay, you need to know, what is the concept of my business? What's the idea of it? You don't have to know the details. What is the idea of it? Who is it for in general? You don't need to know an ideal client. Who is it for? What does it do? What's like the general idea of what I wanted to do, and how is it different from other people? Here's the thing. You can't find those things out until you have clients. So a lot of people are waiting to get clients until they're like completely sure on, what is the concept of my business? Who is it for? What does it do? How is it different? Right? Like they think that I need to think my way to these answers and then I can go out and get clients. The truth is, until you have clients, that will not become clear. You may have an idea of who you help and what you do, but as you go out and start serving clients, as you go out and start doing your business, right? As you go out and engage and do it, what is going to happen is you are going, like, you're talking, you're serving, you're tweaking, you're vetting, you're understanding, you're seeing what resonates, you're seeing whatever, right? You will not really know. Do you guys understand what I'm saying about that? So what happens is, if you're working on your logo and your website and your branding and professional photos and brochures and vendor tablecloths and like all of this stuff, right? And you're investing time and money in that at the beginning, it is a huge waste of your time and money, because you're going to revamp it. Trust me, right? You're going to revamp it as you get more comfortable with your business. And it takes time, right? Only after you're super clear, because you've done this for a while, should you invest a lot in branding. All right. But until then, like, they don't matter, right? Like, basic things matter, but you can't get clear on them until you do it, right? Because you won't know who the clients are that are really resonating with you and who you love. You won't know what you love to sell or what sells well. You won't love until you're doing it and you're tweaking it and you're refining it and you're learning, right? So what happens to people is they stay stuck. They stay stuck because they think they have to have it all figured out before they get a client, right? They have to have all of this in place before they can get clients. But really, they can't have that in place until they get clients, right? So then they're just staying stuck, because then they build this whole thing, right? They build up mood boards, right? They do all this stuff, right? Like, all this stuff they do, and then, like, it's not resonating with any clients. It's not right. Or they spent so long on it that now they're super in the hole because they invested all this money and all this other stuff. Is this resonating for anybody at all? Have you been there? Do you know what I'm talking? Do you at least understand the concept of what I'm talking about, right? But here's the thing, right? That other stuff is a lot of fun, right? Mood boards and logos and colors for your website and designing and creating brochures and marketing materials and Facebook pages and even social media, right? Like, those things are fun. And they're a lot more fun than the scary stuff you have to do to network, to ask for the sale, to ask people to get on the phone with you, to speak in public in front of groups, to do Facebook Lives like this, all of that stuff that will actually get you money, right? That will actually get you money. It's scary. It's not fun. It's uncomfortable. It makes us face a lot of uncomfortable results and uncomfortable things. So it's more fun to go spend your time, right, on all other stuff, right? And it's a fast payoff with the other stuff. A website, boom, you see the website. A logo, great, you've got a logo in hand. Business cards, you're carrying business cards, right? Like a Facebook page, oh, you put a Facebook page up, right? All this stuff is like super tangible and super fun. So people get lost in all of this at the beginning, branding and color and logos and all of this stuff, right? That's killing your business. It's keeping you from getting to the first 5K. And we've already agreed that you need to be profitable in order to be a business, right? And so we need to get you to profit, right? So those are what I didn't do, right? And like, look at my own business evolution. I started as Rita Goodrow Coaching because I was a dating coach, okay? And then by being out doing dating coach stuff and building that business successfully, I realized that everything I was teaching my date clients was what it took to build a business successfully, right? And so I started mentoring women on growing their business. And then I loved it. And I kept doing it. And I started transitioning to business coaching. And when I created my business coaching company, do you guys remember the name of it? Right? Can you believe it's already been like almost 2 years, like year and a half? The name of it was Women's Business Garden, right? And I used to say, because I came from the lawyer world, right? At Women's Business Garden, we like cultivate community and grow ideas to keep business blooming, because apparently I loved all the gardening puns, right? But like at Women's Business Garden, we do this and we have global things, and it's a global, and I have this vision and I have this feeling, and then I started like really coaching women on growing a business. And as I did, I realized who was attracted to me, what I was really great at, what the results were that I tweaked. I put stuff out there, I tweaked again, I got more clients, I tweaked again, I got more clients. And as I did, I started realizing how people thought about me and what they associated with me and all of this stuff. And eventually I changed my name about a year ago to Rita Made Me Do It LLC. And everybody was like, yes, like that is the name. That's the energy. Rita Made Me Do It. It's all about action. It's all about you. It's all about fun and bright, bold colors. And I was very muted colors and very like professional. And if I had spent a lot of money at the beginning branding Rita Goodrow Coaching or Women's Business Garden, I would have been in a lot of trouble. It took about 3 years for me to really know my business, to really know it. And now I feel totally confident investing, trust me, a lot of money in like brand. I just filed for my trademark and I got like all this stuff, right? Like a lot of money because I'm at a place where I've had enough clients and I've had enough feedback and I've had enough everything. I know now, I feel really solid, right? So time isn't on your side. Now, you don't want to grow fast. I'm not saying jump into your business and grow like incredibly quickly, right? That's not good, but you do need a profit, so you can't wait too long, right? So you need to start, right? The sooner you make money, the more sustainable you'll be. So like if you're the kind of person that you're like, no, Rita, you don't understand, because I get this a lot, right? No, Rita, you don't get it. You don't understand. I have to have a business card to go networking. Like I have to. Cool. Go to Vistaprint, pick one of their templates, put your name on it. Don't worry about a graphic or a logo or anything like that. Print it out, hand it out, right? Because 9 out of the 12 people you hand your business card to are going to throw it away. One of them might leave it on the table. The others will come home. 2 of them will throw it in a dust drawer. 1 will email you a week later, right? Or you could have left your business cards at home and just gotten everybody's business card from them and emailed them all within 24 hours, right? So what I'm saying is if you feel like you have to have one, fine, go to Vistaprint. I'll give you a pass this time, but don't design your own. Use one of their templates, right? But do you see the point? The reason people aren't getting to 5,000, they're not going from 0 to 5,000 is because they're doing everything that doesn't actually generate revenue. They're doing everything that doesn't build a business. And for every day that they're not generating revenue, that is more time that they won't be generating revenue, more frustration, more bad energy that ends up keeping them from generating revenue. Are you guys seeing this? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, I need some feedback. Like, yes, no, like, are you guys like, oh my God, it's like she's in my head, right? So what did I do? If I didn't do any of that stuff, I didn't have the website, the social media, the brochures, I didn't have any of the stuff I told you about, I wasn't doing any of it. What did I do? I spoke places, I networked in person, I had vendor tables, exhibitor tables at events, and I had sales calls with people. I would speak to a group and I would offer a sales call to them. And then I communicated with them through email, right? Through MailChimp. I would go networking and I would follow up with people and I would ask them if they wanted to meet with me for more networking to get to know me better, or if they wanted to get on a call with me. I had a vendor table where I would collect, guess what, guys? Email addresses. And I had conversations with people. And I asked people if they wanted to have a call with me. That's it. That's all I did, right? Guess what I didn't have when I was speaking to a group? I did not have a signature talk. I did not have any talk created. None at all. I did not have the speaker one sheet. I did not have a speaker reel. I did not have headshots. I did not have a speaker page. I did not have any of this. I did not eat green eggs and ham. I will not eat them, Sam. I had none of it, right? None of it. I emailed places by researching on the Google, right? Finding groups, associations, meetups, organizations that remotely had people that I thought might be interested in what I had to say. And I emailed them and said, I'm curious, how do you accept outside speakers? Or I'm curious, do you accept speakers for your group or organization? If so, what is the process? That's it. And then they email me back and they're like, actually, oh my God, can you come speak tomorrow? And I'm like, okay, what would you like me to speak on? And then I figured it out. Or they're like, hey, no, we don't. Cool. Or yes, we do. And can you come talk in a year? Great. And then I said, let me ask you about some topics. And then I figured it out and I wrote a talk, right? Did not have any of that stuff that people think that they need, right? So all I did to go from 0 to 5K was go out and network in person, build relationships, when it was correct and right and accurate to do, invited, and there are a variety of ways from collaborators to referral sources. I invited everybody, whether they be a referral partner or not, like, or a client or not, to get on the phone with me. And there's language I give my clients around that, but it was about getting on the phone for a clarity call, right? Or you might call them discovery calls or strategy sessions. I would go out speaking and offer everybody a free call with me. And I had vendor tables where I would collect email addresses and then continue to get to know those people and also offer people a free call with me. That's it. That's all I did, right? I did not, again, I didn't do anything else no website, no business cards, no brochures, none of that. No social media sites, none of that. I also did not overthink anything. I didn't move slowly. I did not attach to anything. I was not attached to anything. I was not attached to my business name. I was not attached to any idea of how I was going to work with clients. I wasn't attached to it at all. Okay, wasn't attached to it at all. I don't even know. Skype is apparently open on my computer. I didn't even know I had Skype, and some weird dude just messaged me, because that is our life, ladies. Am I right? Like, some weird dude is like, hey, I got no time for you, weird dude. I'm talking about making money, talking about women making money. That's more important than a weird dude on Skype, right? But I didn't, I didn't need to know my ideal client. All I needed was clients. The only way I would figure out my ideal client was by having clients, right? So I just started. I didn't have packages. I didn't have pricing. Do you know what I did? I just put out an offer to people who were like, hey, I'd love to work with you. And I'm like, cool, how about this? And I made a recommendation based off the kind of help they needed. So it was not the same offer to everybody. It was based on what they needed. Shocker, right? Like, I didn't need a 6-month coaching package like I have now. I just needed clients. That's it. So speaking, networking, vendor tables, all to go to sales calls, having tons and tons of sales calls and learning that process and refining, getting good at understanding people, like getting good at talking to them, getting good at knowing what they needed, making recommendations, and getting clients. That is how I got from 0 to 5K. Everything else I did not do. Everything else I did not do, okay? Didn't do it. So if you're not at 5K yet, you just can cross a lot of stuff off your list, right? You just cross a lot of stuff off your list and just focus on revenue generating activities, which are the ones I talked about. Oh, guess what else I didn't do, since I said I was going to tell you what I didn't do to get from 0 to 5K? I didn't turn people down who didn't fit my vision of a perfect ideal client, right? Because I didn't really know what it was. I didn't get a vendor tablecloth for my vendor tables. I just showed up and put stuff on the table. Like I said, I didn't know my packages and my pricing. I quoted prices. I did bootstrap. And here's the important part as we transition for what was different as I went from 5 to 10K. Okay, Jillian's like, girl, I so needed to hear this. I'm so glad, right? Here's what's different as I went from 5K to 10K, right? So 0 to 5K, I bootstrapped. But here's what I mean. I did not delegate anything. I did not outsource anything from 0 to 5K. Now, you all know that I'm a big believer in delegating and outsourcing. But I also did not do it myself. And you guys are like, what? Right? Remember, I just didn't do it. All I did was speak, follow up from the speaking, get sales calls. Network, follow up from the networking, get sales calls. Vendor tables, follow up from my vendor tables, get sales calls. Have sales calls, get clients, serve clients. That's it, right? So I didn't need to delegate or outsource anything because I just didn't do it. And that's how I bootstrapped at 0 to 5K. I just didn't do it. I didn't get a website or a logo or brochures or any of that stuff. None of it, didn't do it. No fancy coaching portal for my clients. We literally just talked back and forth on the phone. I sent them a recording link through free conference call. We talked on email. That was it, right? That's what I did to get from 0 to 5K. So I bootstrapped by not doing, deciding not to do all the things I just told you I didn't do, right? And I focused on only those things that were revenue generating activities, relationship building and revenue, right? That's it. You guys good there? You guys understanding that? Rita made me not do it. That's true. My clients could probably say that too, right? There's a lot that I'm like, you're not doing that. I'm not available to talk about that. Like, I'm not co-signing on that. Nope, I'm keeping you right here. We're staying right here. I know this shiny thing over here. I said that to a client today. I'm like, I know this shiny thing over here. Nope, we're right here, right? Okay. So are you guys clear about 0 to 5K? Do you feel like any of that was helpful? If you're struggling to hit 5K, did I just say anything that could help you change what you're doing? Change your overwhelm? Like, what's coming up for you when you hear that I say this is all you have to do to get from 0 to consistent 5K months? only these things, and you can let go of everything else, and you don't need anything else, right? I want to know what your reaction is to that. And also that could be a big indicator of other things that are blocking you from getting to 5K, right? So feel free to tell me if you want to private message me, feel free, but I'd love to see it in the comment. Again, this is safe, right? We're always so open here, and we're always sharing, and everybody's helping each other. I think it's good to see that not everybody's, everybody's kind of like us, right? All right. But then, because I was doing all of that, I was speaking so much, and I was networking so much, and I was having vendor tables, and I was having sales calls, and I was signing clients, right? I was signing clients. I had more clients, right? I had more clients in my business. So I was at consistent 5K months. And as I had all of these consistent clients, because I was at consistent 5K months, I started understanding more who I really helped, how I really served them, what I was being known for, right? So guess what started popping into my mind right then? Consistent 5K months, consistent clients, getting clarity about my clients, like really understanding my business and who I am and what I do. What do you think popped into my mind right then? Anybody know? Like, what shiny stuff started like floating around in front of my face at that time? Anybody? Here's what popped into my mind. I need passive income. I should sell a PDF for $17. I should create a little mini course and market it for $197, right? I should really just like do that. I should have a little group program course. I should start a group. I should start a group coaching program. I should create a group coaching program. I should create a group coaching program and write all the content and create it. And then I shall also have passive income. I should create products. I should create digital courses. I shall create downloadable things, and I shall generate the magic and the wonder that is passive income. That popped into my head. Luckily, again, I had a coach that was like not available for any of that. We are right here. I'm not allowing any of that mess, right? Because that's what it is, it's mess. So I thought about it, but I didn't do it. So now we're talking about going from 5K to 10K months, right? Did not do that stuff. Thought it, didn't do it. So no passive income, right? No creating content for group coaching courses. What else did I not do to go from 0 to 5? I mean, from 5 to 10K. I did not make decisions based on emotions. Can I repeat that again? I did not make decisions based on emotions or feelings, right? This is a real danger at the stage of going from 5 to 10K. Real danger. You will let your emotions and your feelings dictate your decisions instead of what's in the best interest of your business. Meaning, you will allow fear to dictate your decisions. You will allow your personal energy level to dictate your decisions. You will allow your personal finances to dictate your business decisions, right? You will allow your personal situations to dictate your business decisions. You will allow feeling anxious and sad and doubtful to dictate your business situations, right? I was talking about this to a client today. I was like, look, imagine that my personal financial situation, I have like a hot water heater burst. So suddenly I'm like, oh my God, I need 2 more clients. I need 2 more clients because $10,000, and I need like my personal situation impacting my business decision. I need to offer something. I need to create something. If I was the CEO of Target, I couldn't go in and say, oh my gosh, my hot water heater broke, so I need all the Target stores to sell this thing really quickly. Like, go do it. Like, no, they would look at me like I was crazy, right? But like that said, it's hard. But this is the danger, a very real danger at 5 to 10K. Okay, going from $5,000 months to $10,000 months. This is what you need to tackle, because you will let emotions. I'm tired. I'm scared. I don't think anybody wants it. I feel like an imposter. I feel whatever. I don't feel prepared. I feel hesitant. You will allow those feelings to make your business decisions, even when those decisions aren't in the best interest of your business, meaning you're not being a CEO. Because a CEO never, for Target or these companies, makes decisions based off like personal, like he makes decisions based, or she makes decisions based off of what's in the best interest of the company, right? This is actually the time when most businesses start to fold, right? This is the time when most businesses start to fold. They want to grow, but it's not growing because of all this stuff. And they're like, it doesn't work. See, it doesn't work. And because now they're getting distracted with passive income, and they're getting distracted with creating group content, and now they're trying to market PDFs, and they're writing an ebook for $10, and they're doing all of this stuff, and with anything else, they're feeling all these feelings and feeling all these ways. What happens is then they lose the momentum of the clients that made their foundational 5K. So when those clients fall off, they don't have a pipeline. They don't have a pipeline of people. So now they were trying to grow from 5 to 10K, but because they were focused on all the wrong things to grow from 5 to 10K, they then lose everything that got them the 5K, and they end back up, and they feel like they're going in the opposite direction, and that's when most businesses fold. Okay, that's when most businesses fold. Do you guys get that? What did I do at this stage from 5 to 10K? I had a generic logo. Branding experts, branding people, please plug your ear. I got it from Fiverr.com, right? I know, guys, it was literally just my signature, okay? But still, I got it from Fiverr.com. I had a generic logo. At this time, my business was called Women's Business Garden. Again, I knew I hadn't been in business long enough yet to really invest a lot of money in a logo, because I knew I was still going to redefine things and change things and figure things out, because it takes about 3 years for that to happen. And so I got a little generic logo from Fiverr.com, and boy, am I glad, right? Because see where I am now. I dialed into my market. So that's another thing I did. I dialed into my market. Notice what I did not say. It did not dial into an ideal client to go from 5 to 10K. I dialed into my target market. I did a lot of market research. I started paying attention to who was just attracted to me. A lot of us fight businesses we have because we want other businesses. So like, I could have wanted to be a dating coach forever, but I had all these women coming to me for business coaching, and I could have fought that and like pretend nobody was coming to me for dating. I could have, like, a lot of us fight businesses we have, right? I did not fight the business that I had, but I dialed into, I saw who is attracted to me. Why are they attracted to me? I asked, what makes me different? Why are you here in my community? Why are you listening to me? Why are you here on this Facebook Live? Why do you hang out in my group? Why are you following me? Like, why are you here listening to me speak? Like, what makes me different from other people? So I learned who was attracted to me. I learned why I was attracting clients. I uncovered my goals. I uncovered my values. I based who I worked with on those, not on demographics. I based my ideal client at that stage from 5 to 10K on goals and values, their goals and their values. And did they line up with the way that I could help people? And did their values line up with me, right? I didn't base it on where they lived or how much money they made or anything like that, right? I did a lot of market research, guys, a lot, right? I was not attached to my ideas about who I wanted to help. I was open to who wanted me to help them. I was not attached to how I was going to help them. This program, that program, this offering, I gave them what I learned they wanted from market research and how they wanted it delivered, right? I gave people what they wanted. That's what I did to get from 5 to 10K. I was completely fine to pivot. I had no emotional attachment to what I was creating in my business, because my only emotional attachment was to helping people. And so I gave them whatever they needed to help them, even if that looked totally different than what I thought it needed to look like. So I was not emotionally attached to things, right? And I know somebody said this last year, so I'm just going to put this out here. Somebody's like, yes, you did. You had a group course. You had a group date coaching program called Take Charge of Your Love Life, Have Fun Dating, right? I know you did. You had that. I did. I had that, right? But here's what I mean. I had an idea for a group coaching course for dating, and I put it out to the market and tested it. I said, I have this idea. Who would be interested in it? Would anybody be interested in this? Here's what I'm thinking. And people said, I would be interested. That sounds kind of interesting. I tested the idea. And then I had market research calls with the people who said they were interested. What would you want to learn in this group coaching course? How long would you want it to be? How much are you willing to invest in it? How do you want it delivered to you? Do you want it like in a group? Do you want it virtually? Like I asked them what they wanted. And then I created that, but I didn't create the content. I just created the logistics. I said, okay, it's an 8-week group coaching course. It's going to meet weekly. It's virtual. Here are the topics we're going to go over. And I sold it. And I sold the course before I created it. And only after I sold it did I ever create a course. In fact, that's still how I run my courses. I do not spend time creating an entire course with all the content and all the materials and all the slides and all the weeks and all the whatever, and then sell it. I sell it first and create it. So I test it. And then if there's interest, I create the container. I sell the container. And then I fill it, right? After it's been sold. Does that make sense, you guys? Right? That's what I did. That's what I mean. Right? Like I did not like spend my time creating group coaching content or all of this content for all of these courses or anything like that. And I definitely didn't spend any time on passive income, right? Remember, time is not on your side. You're trying to get to a profit, right? So creating things equals zero profit. Creating something is no profit. Selling it is. Selling it is profit. Creating something does not bring you a dime. Creating something brings you no dime. Selling it does, right? So I reversed the order. I sold things first and then created them. It was never fraudulent. I was always going to create it, right? But if no one bought it, why would I have wanted to spend time creating it? Does that make sense? Are you guys still with me, right? Again, here's another real risk. If you spend time creating this big 8-week course and you get all excited about it and you have all the content and you recorded all the videos and you got all the transcripts done, all the workbooks done, and you've got your sales page and you've got all this stuff, and then you go out to sell it into the world and then nobody buys it, you are now emotionally crushed. You are emotionally attached to that. You take it very personally, and then you just keep trying to push the same program in different ways on people when they didn't want it in the first place, right? I also, what I didn't do to go from 5 to 10K months, I did not hold on to perfectionism, right? I did not need guarantees, right? I did not need to know it all. I did not need to know if it would work. I just needed to start and try it. I needed to sell a program to see if I needed to create it. I couldn't create it to sell it. I had to sell it to see if I needed to create it, right? You guys see what I'm saying? Like I didn't need to have it. Like I want to make sure you guys understand that, right? So, right? From 5, oh my gosh, that creepy guy is calling me again on Skype. I don't know how I have Skype open and I have no idea how to close it, and I didn't even know I had it, and now some creepy guy keeps calling me on Skype. So I started, right? I had, oh, I swear, can I block somebody from Skype? This is really getting annoying, right? I don't know. There's got to be a way I can create. You guys are getting real-time harassment, right? Online, you guys are seeing some weird creepy dude is like, whatever, I'm signing out. I found you, Skype, and I'm signing out. Okay, so I did do more speaking. So what did I do to go from 5 to 10K months? Did more speaking. I did more sales calls. That's what I did. I did more of what I was doing, right? But here's what else so I did, right? So remember how from 0 to 5K, I didn't do certain things. I just bootstrapped by not doing. Here's what I did start doing to go from 5 to 10K. But well, hold on. I'll tell you the things first. I did form a newsletter. I did create a newsletter. I checked emails, Facebook message, right? Like I managed scheduling with Time Trade. So I had Time Trade, like that's a scheduling system like Acuity. I don't know how many of you guys have scheduling systems, right? So I had a newsletter. I checked my emails. I managed my scheduling. I had client calls. I created content, right, for social media and for my newsletter. And I had an opt-in, right? I had an opt-in and I had workbooks, right? But here's the thing, right? Is I was making money. So I was doing all of those things. I was doing those things myself. Okay. I figured it out. But I was doing those things myself. But I added them in. So that was a big part of going from 5 to 10K, was adding things in. But I was really struggling to get to 10K consistently. I would have a few 10K months, and then I would drop back down to 5. And then I had another 10K, and then I would like drop back down to 5, right? So after taxes and all this, how many of you are like this? I was doing all of this stuff, and I was making decent money. I was making at least 5,000, and I was doing all of this stuff like the newsletters and the social media and all of it. And after taxes and after everything, I was like, you know what? I can do all of this, so I'm not going to delegate it. How many of you have felt like that? Like, I know how to do a newsletter. It doesn't really take that long. I can do a post. I can check my email. I don't need to hire somebody to check my email. I don't get that many of them. You know, I only post once or twice on social media. I can create a PDF for a workbook, right? So I was making money, but after taxes, etc., expenses, I looked at my amount that I was bringing in, and I was like, you know what? No need to pay somebody to help me with all this stuff. I can do it. I know how to do it. It doesn't take that long, right? How many of you are there feeling that way, honestly, or have been there? I don't need to delegate it. I know how to do it. I can do it myself, right? So from 0 to 5K, I just didn't do stuff. To go from 5 to 10K, I started doing all of this stuff, but I wasn't able to really reach 10K until I got an assistant. That was the only way I was able to get to 10K months consistently, right? Because I realized I had maxed out my time. I was where we all started at the beginning of this call. I have clients and I'm making good money, but I'm not making the money that I want to make. And after taxes and after expenses and all of that, it's not really close to the money I want to make. But I have a full client load, and I have all this stuff I'm doing, newsletters and social media and all of it. So I didn't have any room. I didn't have any space for new clients to land. I didn't have any space for me to go out and sell more and get more clients, or even serve more clients who came in, right? So the only way I was going to break through to that next level was by getting a virtual assistant. And I did, right? I did. Bye, Jillian. Bye, Beth. So sorry, guys, that we went over because we got cut off, right? So I had to do that whole thing. But I outsourced it, right? Like, I outsourced it because I said I should be working as the CEO. I need to be the CEO. I need to be the service provider. I need to be doing the profit generating activities, and that's it. That's all I should be doing, just profit generating activities. So I got a virtual assistant and I outsourced everything to her. She formed my newsletter. She did all the formatting for my newsletter. She checked my email. She still does, right? Responds to Facebook messages, manages my schedule, schedules my client calls, helps me post on social media, right? All of this stuff. So to get from 0 to 5K, all I did was speak, do vendor tables, network, sales calls. That's it. To get from 5 to 10K, I dialed into my market by doing market research and testing offers and learning about them, studying them and learning about them and understanding them, learning their goals, their values, seeing who I attracted, see why I attracted people, really, really dialed in, kept speaking more, kept networking more, made decisions based on logic, not emotion, right? I was clear on the important things. I gave people what they wanted, not what I wanted to give them. I let go of any idea of passive income, no passive income, didn't do any of that, no books, no worksheets, no recordings for sale, right? Because I don't believe people should engage in passive income until they are making the income they want and have kept it consistently, right? And always, for groups and stuff, it's easier to get one person to pay you $5,000 than to get 10 people to pay you like $500, right? A good VA that I asked, there's some good matchmaking companies for VAs. I can recommend one to you. Sarah Wiles has a great one. She's in this group. She's great at matching people with VAs. I started outsourcing more, right? Because I said I have to do what I'm telling others to do. I'm telling others to outsource more. I started outsourcing my life. I got a housekeeper. I started getting my groceries delivered. I had my laundry outsourced. I had a dog walker come. I had yard workers come and do my yard, right? All of that stuff. So all I did was coach and serve my clients. I had sales conversations. I drafted content. I did not format it or post it. I drafted my content. That's crucial to me. I commented on other people's posts in my group, right? And I spoke. Like outsourcing any of that, serving your clients, having sales conversations, commenting on posts, speaking, right? Drafting content, to me, that's like outsourcing working out of the gym. That's like me outsourcing working out. Hey, Beth, I need you to go work out at the gym for me. And then me sitting at home wondering why I'm not losing weight, right? So those were the only things I did to go from 5 to 10K that I did. All that other stuff now, newsletter, social media, it was getting done, but it was getting done by an assistant. And that was the difference overnight. That took me from 10K every now and then to consistent 10K months. Okay. She does my YouTube captions. She pitches me for speaking. She drafts my landing pages, my sales pages, email management, all my contests, Facebook messages, posting on social media. I got a bookkeeper, right? All of that, right? And all of that, then the minute that I made that decision and it got me from 10K, doubling and just outsourcing more, that got me to 20K months pretty quickly, right? So at the beginning, to get to 10K, I only outsourced the few things I said and just ramped up what I was doing. Then as I hit 10K consistently, I just outsourced more. I got on the outsource train. I couldn't stop outsourcing and delegating, right? That got me there super quickly. So all I was doing was CEO level activities, long-term planning, relationship building, and service activities, serving my clients, and then frontline sales activities, having the sales conversations, writing the content, engaging with people on Facebook. That's it. I have sales calls. I serve my clients. I do things like this, right? Content, this is content. Like, this is what I do. That's it. I have all the other stuff. I have an assistant. That's how I got to 20K months. Does that make sense? So 0 to 5K, I just didn't do a lot. All I did was speak, network, vendor tables, sales calls. That's it. When I got to consistent 5K months, I did add in other things. I did more myself, but here's a piece I didn't stress. I kept it to the bare minimum. Meaning I had a newsletter, but it was just what needed to be said. It wasn't fancy, right? It was all basic. All I kept thinking when I wrote this down was, yeah, basic, right? That's what I was from 5 to 10K. Yeah, basic, right? I had a newsletter. It was a basic newsletter. I had a Facebook page. It was basic. This group, it was basic. I did only what had to be done. I had all those things, but I did only what had to be done, right? I had a website. It's basic, right? I had graphics. They were basic, right? They weren't fancy graphics. So I started adding in that stuff, but it wasn't refined. It wasn't perfect. It was very basic. It was not excellent, right? It was just what needed to be out there, what needed to be done. Then to go from 10 to 20K, I outsourced everything and brought in the help to make everything excellent, to get the branding, to get the logo, to get the, to get all this stuff nice, to get the website nice, to get the YouTube page going, to get all of that, right? I outsourced more, right? So that's how I streamlined, right? That's how I streamlined at the different stages to go from 0 to 5K, then to ramp up from 5 to 10K, and then to be at where I am now from 10 to 20K, right? I had someone say to me, and I said this last year, I had someone say, oh, you're so fancy. They said it just like that. They're like, oh, you're so fancy. You make 20K a month. Like, whatever. Like, guys, I'm not showering in 20K a month, right? Like, I said at the beginning, I'd tell you what a 20K month really is. It's not profit. 20K isn't profit. 20K is what I'm pulling in, right? So like after fees, my payment processor fees, after taxes, after expenses, after my virtual assistant, my expenses like virtual assistant, software, the coach I have a coach, she's about $2,000 a month, right? After trainings, after all of it, I'm making maybe 13 to 14K a month after all of the expenses and taxes and stuff are taken out, right? But it's like, the way I got here was I just got focused, narrow, clear, right? Like, because I knew what worked for me, right? I knew what worked for me. So here's where I am now. I want to tell you so I looked back at my word of the year for this year. And the word of the year was enhance. It was not grow, right? So I was like, wow, because I had kind of forgotten my word of the year, which is really unusual for me. But I looked at it and my word of the year was enhance. And so I went into my reports, I went into my financial reports, and it does not look like I will make any more money this year than I did last year. Okay, so I'm pretty much income-wise exactly where I was last year. Now, every year I've been growing, doubling, triple, like all this, right? I'm not going to make any more money this year than I did last year, but I kind of am. And let me tell you why. I made the same amount of money this year as last year doing it with fewer clients. Many more, like many less, much less, many less, much less clients, right? I made the same amount of money, the 20K months, right? Doing it with fewer clients. I eliminated straight up, just eliminated programs, no Wake Up and Win, no High Achievers, no all of these programs, eliminated them. My Take Bold Action Group coaching program, I ran it once instead of twice. I raised my rates because my service increased because I cut all that stuff out. So the private coaching I was doing and the mastermind group that I was running, I was able to increase my rates because I was able to give more because I eliminated more. Right? And because I took fewer clients, and I got rid of programs, I was able to give more time and attention, more service, more value to the clients I had, allowing me to increase my rates. And I had better use of my VA. I had more time to work on my business instead of in my business. And so I was able to do long-term planning, do processes, do procedures, do all of it, right? So that's where I am right now. I'm at the same level of income as last year, but not really because I did it by doing so much less. Do you guys get that? And here's the thing, I'm not staying at this, I've got goals. Baby got goals. Baby got to retire her husband and we're going to travel the world for a year. That's our goal, is we want to Airbnb it for a year while we figure out where we want to live and settle. And I want to like tour and speak, and he wants to come with me. And so that means he can't be working. And so I need to ramp up, right? From 20K months. I need to ramp up more so that I can retire my husband and carry both of us for a little bit, right? So I'm moving up. And that's why my word of the year was enhance, because I knew I needed better, more streamlined processes, better, more efficient use of my VA. I needed to have in place a really strong system with a wait list for private clients, right? I needed to have all of this stuff in place, right? I needed to have this in place. And so that's what I did this year. Same amount of money, doing much less, and getting things rock solid for the next level, right? So I can add in a bigger group coaching program. I can leverage my time. I now have the ability to add in passive income, and it makes sense. It makes sense because I'm not totally booked with private clients. Guys, I have one private coaching spot left for 2019. That's it. I've had interest, and like I said at the beginning, people have said, oh, can I do it next year? I'm too big. Guys, what's waiting until next year going to do? Just delay your results by 90 more days. Like, I'd rather roll into the new year, right? Making more money. But I have one private coaching spot left for the year. That's it. If you think you want it, message me, let me know. We'll schedule a call. We'll see if it's a good fit, if we're a good fit for each other, if coaching with me is even the right solution for you. But once that spot is gone, I have a wait list, and I have a wait list for 2020, and I already have people on it, right? That's what I did this year to enhance, created a wait list, right? Build my group coaching program, and I had refined it for next year. It's not a 3-month program, right? 3 times a year. It's now a 6-month program, 2 times a year, right? Like, I've refined my marketing. I've refined it all. I've enhanced. I've gone deeper. Right? That will allow me now the space and the ability and the infrastructure and the tools and the support to add in and serve passive income, to add in bigger leveraged income, right? So if you've been thinking, God, Rita, I really want to coach with you, but I can't do it this year. I'm so busy. I think I need to start in 2020. If it's like, hey, like, all you're doing when you're saying I'm too busy to do anything, or I'm so busy, I don't have time for this or that, but I still need clients, you're telling the universe I'm too busy to get a client. Right? So if you get the support to do the scary stuff of stopping, of eliminating all the stuff that you're feeling attached to and feel like you're doing, if you get a coach, if you get any support, I don't care where you get it from, get the support to get you to stop doing stuff, and then to help you enhance and go deep and use what you're doing to make it excellent and be efficient and effective at it. You will watch your income soar. I promise you this, right? You will not be stressed. It's like you're going to lose the whole, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed because the plugin isn't working on my WordPress site for my fit. Like, No, you're going to be serving clients. That's what you're going to be doing, right? Your energy, your stress, your time. Right now, it's all towards things that don't matter. We want to put it towards the things that do. So what matters? Just talk to people, get clients, figure it out. That's it. No stress, more energy, more focus, more what matters, right? But do it in these stages I talked about. So if you're just joining, go back. I talked about what I did to go from 0 to 5K months, what I did to go from 5 to 10K months, what I did and didn't do, right, to go from 10 to 20K months, how that was different, right? But what I did, guys, the one thing that was universal, everything I did was scary. Everything I did was uncomfortable. To make these decisions, like Beth said earlier, was not easy. None of it was easy, okay? Sure, I had strategies, but the strategies were not as important as all of the stuff that I stopped and all of the focus that I gave and all of the enhancements that I made, right? The question is, what don't I have to do, right? Only do what you need to do, right? And that is scary, right? That's super scary. So it's action, faster action, because the faster the action, the faster the clarity in your business and the faster results you're going to get. But to do that, to not do things, to do everything I just said, to go from 0 to 5K, and then to do the scary stuff I talked about to go from 5 to 10, and then to do the super scary stuff, to like stop doing the basic stuff and do it really well and get all that higher level support, to go from 10 to 20K means investing money before you see the return. It means putting yourself on the line for bigger risks. It means, right, all this. So every stage has its risks. Every stage is uncomfortable. Every stage, support is what got me through it. Like I said, I had a coach that kiboshed half my ideas. That's why I'm here, being so successful. I had a mastermind group that supported me, and I still do. So now as I move from 20K up, now that I've spent the year enhancing, right, and now my goal is to add on to that, right, for this next year, so that I can retire my husband and travel and do the Airbnb life and serve you all and speak places, right? As I'm working towards that, right, because I have that ability, like I'm going to get even, I have my coach. She is already helping me. We're already putting a plan in place. I have a mastermind group, right? We're all heading towards 7 figures. You guys know that. I'm like, I've talked about that a million times, right? We're all heading to 7 figures and we're all working together and we're all supporting each other because every single thing we do is scary. I say every day, I don't have to go to a haunted forest or a haunted house. Every day is a big old fear fest for me. You know what I'm saying? Every day is a big old fear fest. And that's how I'm growing. So if you're ready to do this, guys, I can't stress this enough. I really seriously only have one private coaching spot left for this whole year. I really want it to be that person who wants to do these things, who is ready to do what I said, to step from 0 to 5K by not doing stuff, to go from 5 to 10K by adding a few things but keeping it basic, and to go from 10 to 20 by ramping it up and bringing in the big dogs and making it really like excellent and really going in, but at all the times with focus and clarity and strategy, because you did it in these steps, right? But please comment below if you want a call. I will put my clarity call link in the comments below. No pressure. Just a call to decide what the right next step is for you, what support you need to get to whichever phase you're trying to get to, and if I'm the right fit for it. My rates do go up in 2020. Okay, my rates go up in 2020 by $250 a month. So this last coaching spot, right? Like this is it. Like you get the last, so we can roll into the new year with like clarity and good stuff happening, right? And that support you need. Right, so we're gonna do that, and you get the year's rates, right? Which is good because at the 0 to 5K mark, you need to bootstrap, right? And then, so you heard all that, right? So just click, get on the phone with me. We'll see. Maybe next year is when it's right for you to start. We can talk about that too. But really, I'm looking for that right person who is ready, who's just right there ready, and it just needs the support to do this uncomfortable stuff, because that's what I do. I give you the support and I help you smart cut. You get use of my virtual assistant when you're my private client for a few hours, right? She will do the scary tech stuff for you so that you can like move forward with things. You get all my like tools, resources, scripts. I help you write content. I help you edit content. I help coach you on your business. I help you like with design elements. I help really with all the strategy and all the pieces. We put a launch calendar together. We do all the work. I am like your partner. That's why I only take 10 private clients a year. I push up my sleeves. I'm like your partner. I do work with you. Like you get a lot of time and attention. You get unlimited access to me between calls because I really want your business to grow and move forward. This is full support. If you're ready for it, let me know. This spot will go because I'm going to be talking about it every day this month. So this spot will go. If you're thinking you want coaching and you want coaching before 2020 and you don't want to pay my 2020 rates and you want to start now, right? Let me know. We'll get on the phone. We'll see. So I hope this helped. I hope this helped give you clarity about what not to do so you can get the 5K months. Then what not to do, right? Meaning just be basic from 5 to 10K. And then what not to do, meaning be good, but outsource it, right? From 10 to 20. But there's a lot more detail in the 2-part video since Facebook cut me off. Do you guys have any questions? Are there any questions or anything? All right, guys. I know we went over because Facebook decided to chop me in the middle, but I hope this was worth it. I hope you found it valuable, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.